Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Good.
Let's see if we can get the volume up a little bit. Uh, we're almost set up here. We're just getting the camera going.
No problem.
Good.
Can you hear me okay?
Oh, yes. Yeah, we got you.
Good.
Yep. Renee, are we rolling? We're good. Thank you. All right. We're good. All righty. I like your kitchen. It's beautiful.
Thank you. That's my interview room when I'm not when I'm on the road.
Hey, it's a nice backdrop.
Thank
We'll
you.
take it. Okay. Say and spell your name for me so we have it on camera.
It's Ed Levine, Levine. I'm older than Adam Levine, and I had it first. And grapes grow on vines, not vines. So there you go.
You know, it's funny. My brother's best friend growing up was Jamie Levine, and then Adam Levine came about. I'm like, oh, he's saying his name wrong. That's not how you say it.
Ed, I agree.
All right. And what's your title?
I'm an executive member at the VCDL, the Virginia Citizens Defense League.
Okay. So briefly tell me a little bit about the goals for this rally on Monday and what you anticipate seeing happen there.
Well, for the last 20 years, at least for me, I've been going to VCDL's Lobby Day, which we choose on Martin Luther King Day because a lot of our members are off and don't work and don't have to burn a vacation day. And the day is really about going into the building, talking to your lawmakers and telling them what laws you like and what laws you don't like, just as a constituent. Then after you do that, we generally go outside and hold a rally. Well, this rally normally brings 800 to 1,500 people. But because of the proposed very draconian laws this year, and for the past year or so, it's really got national attention where people don't like what's going on. And so that changed our rally from maybe 1,500 people to we're hearing numbers as high as 100,000.
Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. Do you think what you've seen on Facebook, the emails you've been receiving, the phone calls, does that back up some of those estimates, you think?
Oh, it absolutely does. We have people from all over the country. In fact, I don't know if you pull up on our Facebook page or our group or our website, vcdl.org, there is a map that shows Virginia almost all green. And those are sanctuary counties and cities, whereas the boards of those places and the people, I mean, we've had people come out in the thousands to these meetings saying, they're sheriffs, they're saying we're not going to enforce any unconstitutional laws. And thereby, when the Democrats did this about immigration, they're like, we're creating all these sanctuary cities for immigrants. And they're like, so that's going to stand and that will hold up in the court of law. But if you guys tried it for Second Amendment, it doesn't count for that. So it's kind of a double-edged sword there.
So, do you have any concerns about safety at this event? Obviously, one can understand why you would want to bear arms at an event that is all about the right to bear arms. However, with it growing to this size, with some safety concerns about outside parties possibly coming in, do you have concerns about safety at the event?
Well, no, whether the event is 500 people or 10,000 people or 100,000 people, we always have concerns. I'm in daily contact with the police, back and forth, as is Philip Van Cleve, who is our president. And we're working with Capitol Police, Richmond Police, Virginia State Police, and they are our security forces. Obviously, a lot of people will be recording with their own personal cameras. And, we want, if there's any issues, we want someone to immediately notify the police and let them handle it. We've had out-of-state militias tell us, we'll come down and we'll be your security. And we're like, no, we want our police to handle our security. You're certainly welcome to come down and stand with us in support of our rights.
Interesting. So you would agree with some of these lawmakers who've said that, they believe some of these out-of-state groups do intend to come out?
Oh, they absolutely are. We've heard from many of them.
Okay. Talk to me a little bit about some of the appeals going through the court process. We had the appeal that, Ralph Northam's ban on guns at this event. They upheld it yesterday. Now it has reached the state Supreme Court. But you guys are fighting this pretty vigorously. Talk to me about your arguments here.
I can't, because it is actual legal proceeding. I can't really talk to too much besides what you already know, and that is we believe that the bans that have been in place were done so not by the law, and therefore we did what we should do, along with Gun Owners of America, who is our partner in this, and said, you can't do what you just did legally, and so we're just going to work that through the court system. But we obviously wouldn't file it and do it if we didn't believe that it were the truth.
Is this about sending a message, or is this about actually really wanting to have guns at this event?
Well, we want to have guns wherever the bad guys have guns, and bad guys have guns everywhere. First of all, the Second Amendment, people are like, I have a gun because I want it for self-defense. That's the frosting on the cake. The Second Amendment is really to defend yourself against a tyrannical government. And as we see, it looks like our government is heading down that road. Just even when they changed the rule to ban guns in the General Assembly building, we've been going there for 20 years with no problem at all whatsoever. In fact, I think the only discharge that ever happened was a lawmaker when they was putting away their own gun. But it's like the Rules Committee. I don't know if you are aware of this or your viewers are, but the Rules Committee kind of came up in the middle of the evening or 7 o'clock at night, called together the meeting. They didn't have an agenda, so lawmakers were surprised in the morning as to what the meeting was about. The Democratic majority said, we're going to not allow guns this time because of, direction from the Capitol Police. And of course, Colonel Pike of the Capitol Police is like, wait a second, that was not our recommendation. We will simply tell you how to implement the laws, but it was not our suggestion that you guys take this action.
God forbid, what if something does happen? Obviously, in Charlottesville 3 years ago, there was a terrible outcome there. This rally is expected to be incredibly large. How are you guys going to react if something does happen?
I think Charlottesville was a little bit different. The law enforcement was told, everybody kind of left town. All the legislators left town. Lawmakers were told to stand down and kind of let the people voice what they're doing and just stand down. That's not going to happen this time. We have Virginia State Police, Capitol Police, Richmond Police. They're all combined in the same communications. We have people, there's going to be federal unmarked and marked people throughout the crowds and whatever. We really want this a safe event. And we want peaceful rallies. We want everyone to stand together and submit ideas. We are not about any type of violence, any behavior, any type of that. We are not for that at all.
All right. Great. I think that's all I need from you.
Clarify one thing. So make sure, the ban is just on the grounds. It's not part of your event. You're still allowed to legally carry at your event. Am I correct?
Well, good question. Things have changed. So they changed the rules in the building where we can't carry in the building. Then the other day, the governor declared a state of emergency, and they put up fencing around most of the grounds. So to get in the grounds, you have to be unarmed. So I would imagine a lot of people aren't going to even go in the fenced-in area for a number of reasons. They want to make a statement that they're not going to disarm for the governor. They don't want to go into a place where they're corralled and can't go about freely or come to and from. And our rally's at the top of the steps. So hopefully with the PA system, we'll be able to hear even if you're standing outside. Now that was another big problem, is the government was going to give us a PA system that was good enough for maybe 100 people, like in a conference room with one of those podium PAs. We volunteered and said, we'll pay for and get a better PA system. And we fought them tooth and nail on that. And we're wondering, why do citizens that want to have an event have to beg for a PA system, but when the governor wants to have an event and announce something, he's got bleachers built and concert-style PAs. It's kind of like what's good for them is also good for us, but not in their case.
One other question I wanted to ask. Have you
Sure.
heard any rumblings about counter-protesters at the event?
Anytime we have any type of event, no matter what the social issue is, there's always people that don't agree with you. And we welcome that as long as it's done peacefully. Because sometimes when you're communicating with the other side, you get to learn a little bit more about each other and try and find some common ground as to how you can get along. But as far as giving up on gun rights, every time the Democrats or I shouldn't say Democrats, we're nonpartisan. A lot of Democrats own guns too. In fact, we encourage those Democrats that have guns to talk to their lawmakers, because lawmakers obviously think that it's all just Republicans. But the to get back to your question, we want the protesters there as well, as long as they protest peacefully, because we believe in the First Amendment as well as the Second Amendment.
All right, perfect. Okay, well, thanks again. We sure appreciate it, and hopefully everything will go smoothly on Monday.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Yes.